Hi, my lovely people. Good morning. Let the people get in. Y'all, we're going to have a good old class session today. Baby, we're going to have a good old read. We're going to get down to the get down. Now, I'm going to have to say this first. Yes, I had to take me a few days off because guess what? Last week here was spring break. So your girl had to get some things done while she had the time to get them done. Okay. So welcome everybody. Go on and come on in. Let's go ahead because we're going to need this sucker today. Let's go ahead and get a disclaimer up in here, okay? Let's go ahead, all right? And get the disclaimer up, all right? Section 107, fair use. Baby, it allows us to talk about it, all right? I ask y'all, okay, to please don't dislike anybody we talk about in these videos. It is for entertainment and reaction purpose only. It is my opinion and my opinion only. Baby, let's double that back. And today it is going to be y'all opinion only. We're going to sit here for some time, okay? And we gonna get into it. Ooh, Stormy had to get on here and get into a read in quite some time. Didn't even have to break it down. But now we kind of got to break it down because see, what happens is, okay, when you go away, sometimes the mice like to play, right? And, I try to tell y'all, I'm just not really one for it. And I've been trying to work on myself, but we're going to talk about it. And today we're going to talk about it unfiltered, uncensored, however you want to call it. But let me say good morning. Let me say good morning. Good morning, Gnarly. How are you? How are you? Good morning, Susie. Good morning, Ann. Good morning, Fifi. Good morning, Chastity. Good morning, Susie Sensation. Dime a dozen. Hello, 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 hello. How are you doing, dear? I mean, girl, we about to get into it today. So much, right? Ooh. Is anyone else in Peaches? I am clean class today. We don't know. We don't know because I'm about to give a class. I'm about to give a read. So the question of the day is, where do we start? Where do we even start? Okay, so when you don't know where to start, you start right where the top. It has been a lot going on. Miss Storm stepped away and everything just went to ruins. So we got to talk about it. Okay. We got to talk about it. We got to talk about it. Okay. We have got to talk about it. Now, I have been reading my comments. I do see a lot of emails about the promo. When I get off live, I will be talking about the promo, everyone. I will go back and do my emails. So that's not bad. Okay. But anyhow, good morning, Crystal. Good morning. So I hope everybody who was in the comments will eventually drop into here eventually because we're going to talk about it, right? Because who's got to be on the topic other than Peach, okay? She's got to be on the topic because it's been a lot of stuff going on. It's been a lot of stuff going on. Let me, I got to add another overlay because I must have not hit that one or did something, but it's all right. It's all right. It's okay. We're going to still rock with it. But it's been a lot going on. It's been a lot going on. So let's just start, right? Let's just start with it. Okay. The other day, right? Tracy goes live. All right. She goes live or whatever she's doing over there. And she makes this long video. And in the video, she's playing Mama Bear, right? She's playing the Mama Bear. She's going off. She's doing everything. Good morning to everyone coming in. Please hit the like button. Good morning. Good morning. But she goes live and she's playing Mama Bear. I'm going to be honest, y'all. I was busy, so I just glanced over for a second. When I seen what Tracy was saying on live, I can give y'all a gist. She was saying that her daughter is a good mother, and she started going on to Peach and the relationship she got with Peach, or the lack thereof. She also was saying how reactors can go too far. They can call CPS, that they can get out here and they can call Better Business Bureau. They can do this, and that her grandchildren are innocent and all this, yada, yada. And then she was coming for Loretta Brown over there. I mean, it was just a lot of stuff, right? It was a lot of stuff. So yesterday I made a video. And I was talking about the situation, right? The girls are back at it. When I say the girls are back at it, I'm making a video and I'm saying that pretty much Peach is always in the middle of something, right? And this topic that was going on between Loretta and Tracy was all due to Peach, right? But I also say in the video, so let me make this clear, okay? I also say in the video, I say, guess what? Children are off limits, Tracy. Yes, that's what I do, right? I agree with it. That's what I did. But then all of a sudden, things start making me say, good morning, mommy vibes. Honey, we might need you this morning because the whole storm is back. Good, good, good. Hello. Hello, Gabby girl. Yes. But I made the video and I was saying children were off limits. And then all of a sudden I'm looking at my comments late at night and they're like, girl, well, Tracy done went live talking about you without saying your name. Okay. Without saying your name. That Tracy has went live without saying your name. I'm like, so let me go over here and take a look. So I went over and I looked at the live and baby, things that make you say, things that make you say, what? Things that make you say, because obviously Tracy had listened to the video, right? Obviously she did. Obviously she has some problem with the video that I made because she's like, and this girl over here making videos talking about Tracy, kids are off limits, but you talk about my daughter every day. Wait, what? Now we got to back it up, right? Because one thing I will always tell you, when you watch a video or when you in a setting, you always look at the crowd, right? You watch the crowd. So you listen to the video, Tracy took it one way, right? You look at the comments and people are in there like, girl, why you always stand up for Tracy? So the first thing I would have said was, well, let me watch this video again. Maybe again, so I can open up my ears, right? Maybe I could open my ears and see what somebody is talking about. But you didn't do that. Instead, you hit the live button and you wanted to talk about it. So now today we're going to talk about it. She tells me, without saying my name, which I knew it was me, right? Because I made the video. Children are off limit, right? Children is off limits, but you talk about my child every single day. First off, let me make something clear. When I made that video and I said, yes, Tracy, children are off limits, that was me agreeing with you, okay? That was me agreeing with you that children are off limits. For some reason, she took it as though, and when I tell y'all, I don't mean no disrespect because I try not to disrespect my elders, but I will speak my mind because y'all know what I have said before. I really try not to go there with elders. But when you got to get to going, you got to get to going. But anyhow, the very first thing I want to say is you took it as though I was saying, oh, don't talk about children, right? And you thought I meant to tell you don't talk about Loretta's son. First off, no disrespect. But if Loretta puts her business with her children, just like Peach put her business with her children out here on the internet, then people are going to say every single bit that they want to say. I personally wouldn't talk about things like that with my children if I didn't want other people to talk about it or have something to say about it. That's number one. That's number one, right off top. That's off top. Of course, people want to start mowing grass as soon as I sit down. But that would be my number one thing, right? I'm going to say, well, if I don't want it on the internet, then I'm not going to put it on the internet. And that's point blank, period. That's number one. But number two, you're right. Loretta Brown's son is grown. His mother put it on the internet, so people are going to talk about it. So I said children are off limits because I don't believe in calling CPS, doxing people. Let me tell you, if you knew one thing about me, Tracy, then you would know that there was people on here that have called internet on me, animal control and everything else. So I don't rock and I don't roll like that. And I've showed you nothing but respect. But number two, okay, you're going to say, but you talk about my child. Well, guess what? Guess what? Was I talking about Peach when you came over here in the comments? Was I talking about Peach when Tracy came over here and was telling everybody I love styling with Stormy? She the truth. When she made 18 videos saying that, was I talking about Peach back then? Because I believe I was. I believe I was. So did you like me back then? Was you praising me back then? That's what happened, right? But you liked me then. Also, you really liked me when I was still talking about her, but I was sticking more to your side. Okay. You also have to realize that right here, Peach is not a child, right? But you talk about my child. So let me just say this. Anybody that you talk, this is some hypocritical backwards BS. Anybody that you talk about, right? There's somebody's child. I don't care, right? I don't care if it's a cat. I don't care if it's a dog. I don't care if it is an animal over there on God's green earth or a human walking. That is somebody's child. So that means I can't dislike the lady down the street because that's somebody's child, right? I can't dislike this person because that's somebody's child. It's a difference when it's a child when they under 18 and they being molded by their parent. Okay. Then, honey, when I tell you this got so many layers, all right. And I really wasn't gonna get into it, right? But Peach is not a child. Peach is a grown woman. If you go find one video out here that I've ever done that doesn't have something to do with what your daughter dropped or what you dropped, for that instance, right? Because I've never, ever, 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 ever seen a whole family be on YouTube. Okay. All this stuff about when it was going down. I'm sorry, y'all. I'll read some comments in a minute. When it was over there, right? And it was going down between Peach and her mother, Tracy. We didn't know what happened between Wood and Tracy, now did we? Till Tracy brought it to the streets. We didn't know what was going on in childhood until Peach brought it to the streets. And that's where it goes to, once again, it's hypocritical, right? It's hypocritical because you saying don't talk about nobody's child, but you got a child over there by the name of Peach, right? You calling her a child. She a grown woman that acts like a child. And let me just tell you that. She's over there and she's talking about, right? She's talking about your mama. She's talking about her daddy. She's talking about her brothers and sisters, which, God, that would be your children too, Tracy. She's over there dogging everybody out. They all somebody's children. Why didn't you place a phone call and tell her? No, you came to the internet. You wanted to bring it to the internet because you wanted to talk about it. So that's very, 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 very hypocritical to say don't talk about children. You ain't gonna never see me over here. I ain't never talked about your grandchildren. I ain't never called this. I ain't never called that. I'm doing fine, Gnarly. How are you? And that's what irks me. That's what irks me. Do you not realize, Tracy, that when you was over there shouting me out and when you was over there saying how much you love me and I'm the real and I'm this and I'm that, that on these YouTube streets, people was like, oh, Storm is working with Tracy. Storm helped Tracy get her channel back. Oh, Storm, she just stands up for her so much. Oh, Storm is delusional. Oh, Storm. I mean, they thought we was in some kind of cahoots. That's how bad I stood up for you. I didn't stand up for you because I wanted something out of it. I'm going to tell y'all, when I get out here, right, and I do these reactions, I ain't out here just talking out the crack of my butt. I look at these people and I put it into real life situations, okay? I will tell y'all something because I don't want to preach for a second. But my mother passed last year, right? I had a sister. My sisters have all been doxxed, but I ain't going to say her name. I had one sister who had not seen my mother in years. One sister that had not seen my mother in years until my mother was on life support. So imagine not looking at your mother until she's almost gone, till her physical body is here, but everything else has left, right? Now, it's not that my sister did not love my mother. These two just didn't mesh, right? Me and my other sister, we would sit around and we would be like, oh, you need to go talk to mama. You and mama need to mend it. Me and my sisters and my mama, we have been through counseling together. We were sitting at benches trying to have conversations. But when it came to these two, they didn't want to bend. They didn't want to change. They didn't want to admit wrongs. They didn't want to admit faults. They didn't want to do anything. But I will tell you during this time of my sisters, okay, not my sister not speaking to my mother, not ever once, honey, did my sister in mixed company on the internet, right, or anywhere on God's green earth ever be out here calling my mama bees. She ain't never called my mama no hoes. She ain't never got out here and exposed anything that was in our childhood. She was always respectable when it came to my mother, right? Because that's what we were taught growing up. Our grandmother instilled in us that you respect your elders, and that when you disrespect your parents, no matter what they have done to you, right, that your days will not be long here on earth. That was instilled in us. That was not something that we just, right? Good morning to everybody coming in. I'm on a little reading path, all right? That wasn't something that we just did. That ain't something that we did. And as years went on with my mom and my sister, right? One thing that my sister knew, if she went over there and knocked on my mama's door, then guess what? She knew that she could get whatever she wanted or needed if it came to her or her children. My mother also knew if she went and knocked on my sister's door, that she would get what she wanted and what she needed. When my sister got married, they weren't speaking, but my mama was sitting right there, right? My mama was sitting right there. And I will also tell you, when it comes to the sanctity of marriage, when you go and you get married and you walk down that aisle, and the person that's supposed to be the one that loves you the most, usually it's one of your parents, right? Usually it's your father. Sometimes it's your mother. Sometimes it's your children. When you walk down that aisle with that person and you hand them off to whoever they marrying, that is because you're handing them off to someone who is supposed to protect them, someone who's supposed to love them, and someone who is supposed to honor and cherish them. When you went, I don't know who handed Peach off. I really don't. I really honestly don't. No. Who handed her off, right? But whoever handed her off to Wood. Too bad he didn't take his vows serious to protect, to honor, to cherish, right? Because he should be the one. He should be the one here on this internet who has done all this that you and your daughter say. Good morning, Miss Nita. To them, he should be the one out here on Beyonce's internet going to battle with reactors or going to battle with the things that he did because he's the one who married her. He bought the cow and now he got the milk and it must be sour. That is not your position. Okay. That's not your position. I have already told everybody you can love someone from a distance. That don't mean that you don't love them. Because see, you out here and you want to go to bat because that's your child. I understand that. I wouldn't want nobody talking about my child. But see, years ago, I'd have had a conversation with my child. I would have said to my child, right? I would have said, listen, if you put it out here on this internet, maybe you don't understand how YouTube works, but if you put it out here on this internet, people are going to pick it up and people are going to talk about it. So if you get out here and you dog me, you dog your sisters, you dog your brothers, your grandmas, your aunties, your uncles, and everybody under God Green's earth, even your husband, they're going to pick it up and they're going to talk about it. So if you decide to do that, then guess what? What I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to step back. And I'm going to have to let you do you. If you feel like you can't go find a 9-to-5 to take care of your children and this is how you have to make your money, then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to step back and I'm going to let you do you. But one thing I would never do is get out here on this internet and battle for someone that constantly disrespects me. It could be your child all day long. It could be your child. You don't never stop loving your child. I understood that. I took that and rolled it into it. And that's how I gave my reactions. I totally understand that. But for you to say, you talk about my child every day, I really want to know the answer that wasn't I talking about her a whole year ago? Mind you, it's the things she put on the internet, but you loved me. You were in my comments, you was dropping shout outs. So it was cool then, but it ain't cool now. I'm trying to make it make sense. See, if you would have listened to the video, right? If you even would have went and read the comments, you would have been like, okay, well, I done took something wrong out of this video because everybody in the comments is telling me, right? Ooh, Storm, girl, stop standing up for Tracy. Girl, you always giving her pass. Girl, I don't believe this. Girl, I don't believe that. So what you took from the video wasn't where it was at. Wasn't where it was at. Now let me take me a good pause and look at some of these comments because I see y'all coming in. Welcome, all my peoples. Welcome, 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 right? Welcome. Yes, I got to take a minute. We got to talk about some of these comments because I'm seeing some real good ones. I'm trying to make that confused. Get that out of my brain. It's confusing me. Because a year ago, 2-3 months ago, I was the bomb, right? I was the bomb.com when she was dragging you. Now I'm talking about your child, right? Y'all make me understand that one. Because everybody thought we was in some cahoots. We was doing this. We was doing that. Baby, let me look at these comments. Good morning, everybody that's coming in. All right. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Let me see this. Okay. So sorry, but Tracy started this ish with Loretta, calling her son condition. Loretta hasn't said anything about Tracy in a minute. Now she has started. And see, that's the thing. I'm not here to be funny, but, I don't really even care. That's the thing. When it comes to two women that are my elders, right? That are my elders, I'm not getting in that mess. I can't even really put my foot in the middle of what's going on. I have never met Peach. I don't know Peach. I don't hang around her. I know her from videos, right? I don't know her. I don't know what Loretta has witnessed over years of being friends with this person or she's met Peach. I don't know all of that. I'm definitely not going to get down to the nitty gritty and start talking about, oh, well, your dad wanted me and I'm at the funeral. Like, that's crazy to me. That's so crazy and ironic. So I don't even touch that. And my advice to Loretta would be, if you know you have all these people out here gunning for you, don't put it on the internet. They're going to pick it up and they're going to talk about it. And that's what happened. Because at the end of the day, we are reactors, right? And if you're a reactor, okay, you're a reactor, they take it as though, oh, because you're watching a channel and you're talking about it, you're talking about someone. There's no difference if I got on here and talked about a TV show, right? The only difference between YouTube mommies and a TV show would be that the people on TV are actually famous and they're actors and you get more views. Ain't just nobody out here just yip yapping and chit chatting. All right. Peach is beyond disrespectful. And yes, and I listened to Tracy's live yesterday. It was 2 hours, right? And she went to say, well, Peach is disrespectful, but she wouldn't say that to my face. Okay. She wouldn't say it to your face. So guess what? That makes her a coward. Now what? Because anything that I say, right, about anybody, I can say it to their face. So if you can talk it on the internet, but then you don't say it anywhere else, that just makes you a coward. In my book, in my opinion. So she's over here at 1 minute that is all going on, right? Because this ain't the first time. This ain't the first time. We watched, okay? We watched Peach and Tracy. They was cooking together in the kitchen. They was having a good time. They was doing a lot of stuff together. Then Peach got on here and had this crying moment that her and her mom went shopping, and she broke down and told us, my mom won't do anything for my kids. My mom won't keep my kids. My mom want this. My mom want that. She had this breakdown moment. Not even a week later, y'all were on vacation together. Then Peach came back, sat in her car, cried, said it, all this stuff about you, bathing in bath water and this and that. A week later, you were at her house frying fish. So at what point did y'all sit down and have a conversation about the things that she says on the internet that she so-called won't say in your face? Y'all ain't never had no face-to-face conversation to, girl, what did you say about me on the internet? I mean, come on. At this point, it's not even making sense. It's not making sense. Or were you upset that I said, maybe she was upset and stuck with the child thing? Because one thing I said in the video that I made yesterday, right? One thing that I did say in the video is I did say, okay, well, it seems as though y'all just may not need to be around each other. I mean, I'm not being funny, but doesn't it seem as though Tracy is flourishing more without Peach being a constant in her life? Doesn't it? I mean, maybe I'm wrong. I mean, you do have a daughter who is the fairy godmother of everything YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, but somehow over there, right? Your channel didn't grow, Tracy. Somehow you got demonetized. Somehow, allegedly, your daughter had a hand and foot in that, right? So-called. You didn't grow. She didn't even tell you once you got demonetized what to do to get remonetized. She didn't even tell you to start a channel. As soon as y'all fall out, right? You working out, you're preaching, you're doing your affirmations, you're getting some traffic over there, and you started from the bottom and now you here. So that don't mean that you don't love your child. It means that you took the higher route and you said, well, I'm gonna let her do her and I'm gonna be over here on my channel doing me. But once again, we don't know it unless y'all put it out. At least not over here. Cause I show, okay. I'm show not and I've seen it. Okay. I'm show not out here reaching out to Wood. I'm show not calling CPS. I'm show not scrolling websites and better be, and whoever does it, that's them. That's their channel. But it ain't nothing that I've ever done. But I talk about your child. When did Peach become a child? Oh no, she behaves like a child. Yes, she does. She really behaves like a child. And I have another thing, right? I have a few more questions. Because see, when I tell y'all we're gonna break it down, we're gonna break it down. But let me look. Okay. Crystal says, Peach is straight delusional. She's pregnant again. Yes, I believe so. Yes, yes. I can't read all of that, right? I can't read all of that. So sometimes I have to sum it all up. Okay. Good morning. Good morning, my dear. Good morning, Annie. Good morning. Okay. Yes, a little bipolar tendencies or something. Look, and then here goes Bag Lady. I don't like Peach because she bashed her mother. Who in their right mind bashes their mother to the world? I don't like how she treats her mother. It's very disrespectful. And Bag Lady, I'm happy you're in here because I'm about to pin one of your comments up here in just a moment. So I'm happy that you're here. And that's the thing, like I said. It doesn't mean that you don't love someone or that you don't care about them or you don't wish them greatness or you don't wish them whatever. I believe right now Tracy is hurting. She probably misses her grandchildren. I mean, who wouldn't, right? But the way you're going about it, you're listening to videos and you're listening to reactions with emotions. You're not listening to them with someone's ears that's outside. Because if you did, you would have heard me say, yeah, you're right, Tracy, children are off limits. And I'm agreeing with what you said, that your grandchildren are off limits and CPS calling. But you took it the opposite way. You took it the opposite way when you could have went one way. You could have went the other way with it. It could have been whatever. But then to say, but you talk about my child on a daily basis, meaning Peach, I was really highly confused because once again, I'm going to repeat it, right? I was having these conversations about Peach when you said that you liked it, my channel. I was having these conversations when you were in the comments. I was having these conversations when you got out there. I love styling with Stormy. So it is not making any sense. It's not making any sense. Good morning, Taylor. Good morning. Good morning. Yes, yeah, we gonna talk. We gonna talk about it. Ooh, pickle pig feet. Peaches need to be locked up in a padded cell inside of Popeye's chicken. Well, see, this is the thing that got me. Let me just say this. This is one thing that got me, right? All these months, right? That you would say, oh, Peach, maybe they're over there trying to mend it. And I thought it too. I really thought, okay. I really, really thought, oh God, maybe they're trying to mend their fences and that's why they ain't out here talking about each other. But Peach can't even make a short with her children playing at Disney World without disrespecting her mama or her daddy. Did she just make a short not even 2 weeks ago where her kids were at Disney World? She was saying that she is so happy that she could be the best mother. Okay. That she could be the best mother ever. But she said, but I grew up with a daddy who didn't care about me, a mama that had me in the ghetto, was black, single, and didn't do this and didn't do what? That she did that. So I was like, okay, obviously, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. Because I thought y'all was leaving each other alone and y'all was maybe even trying to mend it behind the scenes. But then it got worse, right? She just made a short. Peach just made a short that wasn't even a week ago. That was like, oh, but my teeth ain't got no cavities. And then she opened her mouth and she said, I ain't got no cavities. It was, my teeth was ruined like this because my mama wanted to use the Medicaid bus. We was poor. Right back throwing stone. So that made me be like, huh? Girl, you can't even have a conversation on God's green earth and not disrespect her. When you dishonor your parents, you put your life under a curse. See, and what you just said right there, TL, that's what I said in the beginning. Just like I said, I don't get out here and I don't talk because, oh, it just is something to do. I watched it. I'm the youngest. I watched it between my mama and my sister. I got 2 older sisters that's twin. No matter how much, right? Me and my other sister would say, go over there and talk to mom. Oh, we'd all sit down. We went to counseling. Oh, that went totally left, right? That went totally left, right? My sister and my mama, they was battling. I didn't do this. You said this. No, I didn't. It was a hot mess. So we let it be. Year later, let's all meet at the park. Let's get this therapist to meet us at the park. We go sit out there. Boy, that went left, right, sideways, up, down. We all left not wanting to speak to each other again. But my mother's relationship with her children didn't derail our relationship. So see, that's another thing. That's another thing right there. Our relationship, because this is some real ish right here. My mother's relationship with her children didn't derail her children from being close. So what happened over there? What happened over there? To where your daughter called out all of the children you gave birth to. She called out all the children that her father gave birth to. She called out your grandmas, your aunties, your uncles, people in the neighborhood. And yet she couldn't find it in her heart. Peach tells us a story. She says, oh, well, my mama did this. My mama did that. My daddy did this. My daddy did that. But if you are also saying, my mama did this to my sister, my mama did this to my brother, wouldn't that bond y'all? Wouldn't that kind of give y'all like a little trauma bond? Like, hey, girl, look at all this stuff. Hey, brother, hey, sister, we went through all this stuff. So why wouldn't we let something break us, right? See, me and my sisters who really went through trauma, that's what we did. Our trauma bonded us together because ain't nobody gonna believe what we witnessed other than us, right? We can't go sit down and talk about the hells that we've been through in our childhood with Tom, Dick, Jane, Harry. No, we had to talk about it amongst ourselves because we lived it. We seen it with our own eyes and we knew it. So blasting everybody, that didn't make any sense to me. Then another point, like I said, didn't affect us in our relationship. But the more and more as years passed on and my sister didn't speak to my mother, me and my other sister realized one thing, right? We would have Sunday dinners. Me and my sisters, we have Sunday dinners. We come over each other's house and we all bring our children, the ones that are grown, the one that's young. Hey, my one sister all the way down to grandchildren. We all come together and we eat and we have a good time and we talk, right? That's what we do. But as this was happening, we would sit when my mama was alive. We talk about what's going on. They knew I knew everything about her health. If she went to the hospital, I took her to a doctor's appointment, whatever I did. I told my sisters and they sat and they just looked, right? And they said their opinion and they if you need us, call us, woo 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 woo, smack, 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 right? So I'm like, okay. But one thing, as we sat and we talked, me and my other sister, guess we realized. We realized my sister and my mama continued to butt heads because they were almost exactly alike. They had so much to, when I tell you they have so many things in common from the way that they talk to the way that they walk to the way that they believe things. They wasn't going to bend because they was too much alike. Is that the situation that's going on with Peach and Tracy? Huh? Is that what's going on? Because two people that are exactly alike, they show ain't gonna be in. Now, see, I was trying to always give Tracy the above, right? I was always trying to give her the benefit of the doubt and say, you know what? Maybe your daughter is always full of it. And I'm gonna say this: something happened. Something happened. I don't know what happened. I think that Peach, because she's a content creator, throws a lot on. But I also think, right, that y'all got a lot in common. So y'all not gonna bend. You have already, right, got on here and told us numerous times, Tracy. Guess what? I love my daughter. I'm always love my daughter. I'm gonna always be there for my daughter. Okay, and she knows that, right? She knows that. But that don't mean that you can't love her from a distance. You can smother someone with love from a distance, right? You can do that. Because one thing that my mama always did, even though her and my sister could not see eye to eye, right? One thing my mama always did, when Christmas came, when birthday came, holidays, she called. She leave a voicemail. My sister didn't answer. My sister knew when she was going to the box, right? That she was gonna have a birthday card, an Easter card, a Christmas card, what a gift card. I love you. I'm thinking about you. That's what you call loving someone from a distance. That don't mean that you wish them bad. But when you get on here and you try and say, well, I'm uplifting women, and then yet you snapping about reactors, once again, that's another contradiction. I'm lost. I'm totally lost on the whole factor. None of it makes sense. Let me look at these. Let me look at these. It's never going to uphold your kids in their wrongdoings. Exactly. Exactly. And you can be a parent forever. I've always been one that preaches at 18, parenting don't stop. And you don't have to bash them. You don't have to talk about them. You don't have to do anything. Welcome to everyone coming in. I'm seeing it. Y'all, I'm trying to catch up with the comments. Yes, you don't have to bash them. You don't even have to agree with certain things that people say. But whatever I was saying 2 months ago, 3 months ago about her, you were agreeing with because you was in the comments. You were over there on your channel. I just really didn't want a lifestyle with Stormy, but she tells the truth. That's real ironic. She want to be a content creator to run up her bag for that house. She just saying all of a sudden she clicking out. I mean, and that's the thing. Is if you're going, that's one thing about YouTube. Once again, her daughter didn't teach her. If you're gonna have a lane, if you're gonna have a lane, your lane right now is supposed to be exercising, empowerment. Y'all talking about the Bible. You got your subscribers because people want to see that positive empowerment. Once you start taking these negative steps back, those people are going to stop following. If I have a reaction channel, then I'll start coming over here and I'll start talking about walking a dog or whatever. Then guess what? Y'all be like, I don't want to watch this. We came over here to watch the reactions. And that's just as simple as it is. She posts every day for the public so we can comment. Bingo. And that's another thing I'm confused about. Do you not know how social media works? I mean, of all people, When Peach came out here and she told us, well, my mama is this, this, and this. And then y'all went on vacation together. Y'all came back from vacation, and what did she say? I'm taking everybody, Peach, I'm taking everybody on vacation, and I got to pay for it. They broke. They this, they that. But then you was over there frying fish. So we knew that you loved your daughter and that you were going to tolerate anything from her. So once again, what is the point to keep reiterating this stuff? I don't understand it. It's like you going 10 steps forward but 15 steps back, and then you're trying to make them 5 steps up, but you keep tripping over your feet trying to do it. It makes no sense. That's why I don't purchase anything from her, because the simple fact, she don't give refunds. Exactly. And then if you want to say, well, you talk about my child, well, Peach is a grown woman. You did birth her, so that makes her your child. But she's a grown woman. Don't your daughter do grown woman things over there? I mean, I ain't never seen. If you call her a child like she's little, huh? Have y'all who good over there talking about wood being good? She got 7 kids. Okay, dancing up and down, swinging, dangling, hitting it back, left, low, high, side. Who does all of that? That's a grown woman over there. Also, if she's such a child, right, then ain't she over there showing everything that she does and does not do? But she a child. She over there calling herself a fairy godmother of all things YouTube. She's calling herself a life coach. She's trying to call herself a therapist without having a license. But she's a child, baby. Somebody better help me now, because I ain't understanding. Good morning, Christo. Good morning, Miss Wu, and good morning, Psychology Eats. Good morning. I'm scrolling down, y'all, because it's moving. Look at Miss Nita. Yeah, put back. Look, sometimes I gotta put my hands on my face. Okay, let's take all comments. All comments are welcome. Okay, neither ladies or whoever is blocked over here, so they can comment. Okay. My observation of Peace and Tracy is that they love the. Okay, let me see this. My observation of Peach and Tracy is that they love the attention this media brings, but they can't handle the negativity of it. They want to be the owners of the internet. And I'm going to say this. By that, I did tell Bag Lady I'm going to pin a comment. Okay. I'm going to show you guys something. Let me put it up here right now, because I know I got it up here. Is this the Bag Lady? Yes. All right. So I got it. Let me take the comment off here so you guys can see it. All right. But this is the thing. This is what gets me, right? This is the stuff right here. Okay. I read comments. I tell y'all that all the time. Good morning, Peacock Velveeta. Good morning. And I'm happy, Bag Lady. I see your comment. Tracy says Wood and Peach are good parents. What in the world changed? Exactly. So I believe that this is you right here, Bag Lady. But this is a comment that I took last night right off of my channel. And this is off topic, Storm. Okay, I'll be waiting to see what you see about Tracy calling you out without calling your name. Storm chasers mount up in full effect. So I seen it. And then I seen Bag Lady said, proof that Tracy is respectful. She could have called her out, but like the respectful adult she is, she chose not to. There are plenty of other reactors besides Storm who react to Peach and Tracy. And that's correct. Now, is it respectful? This is my thing. Is it respectful? And Bag Lady, you're here. So, I mean, I'm not being funny. I would like to know an answer. Is it really respectful? I mean, we all knew that she was trying to call me out, right? But good morning, Bugaboo Sue. Good morning. But is it really respectable to try and take a video totally out of context? She said that I told her kids are off limits, but I talk about her child. That's what she said motivated her to do this rant, right? Because she says, oh, Storm, matter of fact, don't you drop no videos like that. You can kick rocks. Well, I tell you what, I got some good old Jordans. How about I kick some boulders? How about that? Because the boulder and the funny part of it all is, huh? The boulders and the funny part about it was, I was doing the same reactions when you was over here. Now, y'all, I'm going to release all my videos today out of members, because all the proof sits right there. I was still doing the same reactions. I ain't changed a bit. I ain't changed a lick. I ain't changed nothing. But when I was doing them reactors and her daughter was out here rolling over on her hard like a rock, smashing her, y'all been over there. Did she make a whole video where she says in her video, Tracy says verbatim, and I have it screen recorded, okay? She says, Storm, she talks about my daughter, and I did not want to, right? I did not want to like her. But my husband said, listen to her because guess what? She's speaking facts. You said that you listened to me in your car and that you think I'm the truth, right? That's what you said. Then you came over in the comments and I got all the videos with the screenshots because I made videos of it, of every time you came over here. So I'll release all of them for members. You came over here thinking you was going to check the chat, telling everybody what you thought. Then you came over here telling us how much you liked it, right? Then you made another video. Oh, I like styling with Stormy. Oh, yeah, she over there doing her thing. I don't know if y'all watch her, but I was talking about your daughter then. So people was in the comments because I was watching the live. Girl, she talks about your daughter. What is you talking about? Why is you talking about that you like her? Right? They was over there, they was confused. So me saying that children are off limits, meaning your grandchildren, that I agree with you too, then you want to go and go off? Absolutely not. I'm trying to make it make sense. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to make it make sense, right? Oh yeah, I have all the receipts. Because see, I made videos of it. I made videos of it. And them videos got 10, 15,000 views. And when Tracy, because y'all know we going to get to the bottom of it. When Tracy was over here and Tracy was giving me praise, it was making Peach mad. It was making Peach very mad. Oh, Peach was totally upset. She couldn't see straight, right? And so Peach began to kind of try and, I want to say, strike. She was trying to do privacy complaints. So me being me, because I'm a content creator first, right? I don't get on here to do this shit for free. I took all of them and put them in members because once they start getting at 15, 20, 30,000, I'm making $200-300, maybe even more off that video. So I'm going to put it in to members only so that you can't strike it and you can't do everything else. Well, I'm going to release them today because, and I'm going to share them in the community post because you was praising me. So what changed from 2 months ago, 3 months ago, when I was still reacting on her, that you liked me so much, but now I'm talking about your child? I'm real confused with that one. I'm real. I know you remember, Miss Henderson. I know you remember, and you a member, so you get to watch them all the time. I know you do, cause I was confused. So I'm just cutting them both out. And see, I don't. When I tell you I don't disrespect my elders, but I also tell you it ain't even about a check-in. I'm a person that, like I just put the comments up. Sometimes you got to read the room, right? If you go down in the comments, if I watch a video, I'm not going to lie. I don't care who it is on. I'm always in the comments, right? If it's people, I mean, I watch people all over. I watch people all over. I miss you too, Bugaboo Sue. I do. Yes, I do. I watch people all over the platform. And when I watch them, one of the first things I do is I go to the comments because I'm going to tell you something. When it comes to people like Peach, when it comes to people like Nika, some of the stuff that come out of their mouth, I'm like, did I hear this right? So if I look in the comments and the same thing that I thought, right? And they down there saying, girl, did you say this? Okay, so I heard it right. Let me rewind it. Let me listen to it. Okay. And let me do it. So the very first thing before I would have hit my live button, which you see, I could have went live last night and addressed all this stupid mess with Tracy. I could have did that. But instead, good morning, pretty stoner. I said, I'm going to wait till the next day. I'm going to go watch all these videos. I'm going to rewatch my video. If she would have looked down in the comments, she would have seen that people was like, Storm, stop saying that for her. Oh, Storm, this, that. So I would have said, okay, well, what I just watched, I don't think that Storm was trying to say anything bad about me because everybody and their mama is telling her to stop standing up for me all the time. So I would have went and rewatched the video. And what I said was, you're right. I said, Tracy, right. Children are off limits. And I did say, I know that you brought up Loretta Brown's son and his mental health. I said, because mental health is real. But the hint of that was mental health is real. Your daughter got problems too. Like, let's keep it all the way real. So if you would have listened to the video, you'd have been like, oh, well, she said children were off limits. Well, that's because on there you said, right? On there you told us, hey, people are calling CPS. People are doing this. That's what you told us. So I agree with you. And it backfired, right? It backfired. I mean, if y'all listen to the video that Tracy did, she was like, I couldn't go to the dentist. I was so mad. This got me so upset. Y'all just don't know. I'm like, dang, my video, really? Like, did she listen to it? It had her so upset that she was so mad at everybody in the world. Huh? What I'm trying to tell you, and I will say this because I said this earlier. If you don't want it on the internet, don't put it on the internet. I don't know if you don't know the rules of YouTube, but I've been here, right? I've been doxxed, I've been drugged, I done had CPS called on me, I done had animal control called on me. I done had everything. My whole family been doxxed, right? But I'm still here and I'm still kicking, right? So maybe you don't know the internet. Maybe the internet is not somewhere you want to be. Maybe the internet is somewhere that your daughter should not be. I mean, if this little bit of things, good morning pie, of me saying to you simply, children are off limits and agreeing with you, brings on this whole episode of, oh, we got to have all this drama, then I don't care. But I'll tell you one thing I will not do is go back and forth. I'm going to keep making my videos. I'm going to keep talking. As long as there's content out here and they keep dropping, I'm going to keep on talking. And that's just the end of it. And if people want to drag their mamas, their sisters, their cousins, then guess what? Like I said, it was a family feud battle. There's very far in between, right? And I'm going to call a spade a spade. Peach has a channel. Her brother has a channel. Her mother has a channel. Her children have channel. This is family feud. A lot of the stuff that was going on between y'all, if Peach wouldn't have dropped it, or Tracy wouldn't have came out here and told us about Wood, or any of this, okay, we wouldn't have knew it. We surely wouldn't have. So you put the own bullets out there. And then when y'all start sending the slugs, it's a problem. So I don't think anything has changed. I have never heard her say anything negative about you. I think she was still in Loretta Brown mode and overreacted to your video. Keep doing what you're doing. And Michael, that's what I said. That's exactly what I said, right? I said, I believe that Tracy listened to that video out of more emotion. She already had stuff going on from the night before, but like I said, her and Loretta, which those two are people that I don't even know. I don't know. So I'm getting in that crap. I don't know what's going on between the two of them, right? I watched both of them. I can have opinions, but do I get into it? Absolutely not. The bottom line is both are too old to be going back and forth with it. I don't know when one person says, but I know your baby daddy and I've been around Peach and I know this and hey, I ain't never met none of these people. So now I really need to step out of that, right? Because I don't. Whatever y'all met, whatever y'all done went through, whoever knows who, hey, I can't stop it. That ain't my business, right? That ain't my business. And I think, like you said, she listened to it with more emotion and she didn't read the room. She didn't listen to the words. She heard some of it, but she didn't listen. And anybody can hear anything, but that don't mean that we listening. And then she didn't even must not have looked at the comments because they was in there eating me up. Girl, you always stand up for Tracy. Stop being fooled. Yada, yada, smack, smack. And I'm going to tell you another hint of the world of YouTube, right? There are people out here that love to troll. I read my comments, okay? Is that girl? Girl. Fact Storm, I had to go back and watch one of your videos as well. She started to show her full drama. Like, yeah, because I'm like, what did I say in that video that was that off the skelter? Hey, Storm and Chad, do you think Tracy is trying to make up with Peach by trying to show Peach she's taking up for her because of your reaction? By the way, the reactions are always true. Thank you, Kim. I never react to anything that's not put out on the YouTube streets. I made that a rule as myself because, like I said, reactors, we always get a bad rap. Y'all talking about stuff, this and that. I'm not out here pulling pictures of people. How I'm not doing all of that. If you put it out, we're gonna talk about it. I'm gonna put my life spin on it, and that's what we're gonna do. Okay. I don't know if they're trying to make up. If they are trying to make up, the best thing that would have ever happened is that y'all did it off screen. Y'all didn't involve nothing on the internet, didn't bring it up, not trying to stand up for nobody on the internet, not trying to do this, not trying to do that. And Kim, I just talked about that. I said, maybe they were trying to make up, right? Because that's what I thought. Well, at least they ain't talking about each other no more. At least they ain't being dragged. But I said earlier, the video of them going to Disney World with the children. When they went to Disney World, didn't her voiceover say that her dad didn't love her? Her mama was poor, broke, black, this, that, and the third, dragging her mama down in a Disney World video? Then in her short the other day, when she was talking about her teeth, oh, these, I ain't got no daggone cavities. My mama was poor. She sent me on the Medicaid bus. Like, oh, dang. Well, she's still throwing slags. Like, so it didn't make sense. Okay. I think by showing all that horrible food in her pantry, she's doing great by them. You mess. 1 minute you're melty, 1 minute you're broke, and the list goes on. It's the flippity flop. It is the real flippity flop for me. Thank you for the super sticker. Thank you, Just Marie. It is the flippity flop. That's what I think really got me. I'm like, dang, is this real? Did this really just happen? Oh, oh. So basically, she wasted money on that pass holder. I don't, and that's the thing. It's like, I look over there and you can, I mean, you can catch pieces game from a mile away, right? Tell everybody I'm broke. Then I'm going to show them how I'm going to get back on top by trying to make money. Show them I'm rich, went broke. You know, it's always a setup for the come up. Look how dirty my house is. Mm-hmm. Look how dirty my house is. That's what she told us. Then she went and bought a new bed, and now look how clean my house is. It's always the, set up for the great comeback. Oh, look at my husband. He over here, he is doing all this stuff. He ain't support me with these kids. Yada, yada, smack, smack. I'm going to throw him out. Bing got a bum, still got a bum, keep a bum. And then he carrying his stuff, right? From the car a week later after about to be filed for divorce. Oh, Lord, what happened? Everything jury don't went back. And then he out there mumbling and carrying his stuff right back in. It's all a great setup for a comeback, right? And that's what it is. I mean, I still have not seen one thing from her channel that will make me say, this is a girl. And this ain't being a hater, that I will really, really like to get to, going over here, letting her film this, letting her do this for me. Ooh, getting some advice from her on how she did it. No, absolutely no. No. And if anybody else would like to tip their house, then there you go. Now, Storm, she ain't playing with the dirty part on top. I love it. But that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It's all a setup. It's always like, let me tell y'all these barriers that I got. 2 weeks later, though, I'm going to be over these barriers, right? Then I'm going to tell y'all how I came out on top, and then I'm going to tell y'all a dream. And I'm going to tell y'all that guess what? Now I'm healed. And I got to show y'all just how I'm healed. That's what happened. I can't think of this movie, but I'll tell you, Peach reminded me of a movie I was just watching the other day. I think her name is Regina Hall. And she was married to that pastor. And they was trying to sell a hope and a dream. I said, oh boy, this Peach done watch this show. That's what she done did. Peach done watch this show. A liar, delusional, and can't keep up with her own lies. Or her mind of thoughts. Too many of the people up in there in their head. That's what I'm saying. I'm trying to make it add up. I'm trying to make it make sense. And yet none of it does. Tracy says, you tell me don't talk about children, but you talk about my child every day. Okay, a child is something you gave birth to, but a child is also someone who is younger. A child is also someone who, is innocent. This ain't no child, honey. This is a grown woman. That's a grown woman. So to me, that rant that you had, it didn't add up one bit. It did not add up. It didn't make sense. It didn't do nothing. Not one bit. Because like I said, as much as it makes sense. Anything that's walking on God's green earth has a mother. I don't care if it's a stray cat. Somebody popped that cat out, didn't they? I don't care if it's a dog. Somebody popped that dog out. If I'm walking around, that mean that I got a mama. If your neighbor down the street that you don't like, that mean that they got a mama, right? Somebody is somebody's child, because that's how we got here. So it don't add up. It's not logical. It's not logical that one day you praise me, the next day you don't like me. It's not. Miss Tracy talked about her nephew being jealous of Ed because Ed has more than them and has a mother that loves him. And you should always love your children. You should always love your children. When she said that, I'm like, yeah, I agree with you. You should always love your children, but that doesn't give your children room to disrespect you. It doesn't give them room to disrespect you. It don't give them room to bash you. I don't care. Like I said, one thing she kept saying in that video is, Peach may talk all of this on the internet, but Peach would never say that in my face. So that makes her a coward. That's the first thing. Because if you can say it anywhere else, you should be able to say it to somebody's face. I've always been taught that. I've always been the girl in school when somebody walk up to me, because I'm not going to lie. I am very, I will go there. Yeah. I mean, like I said, I've been in jail. I have batteries. I go there. You know, I had to get counseling for anger issues. If a girl walked to me in school, hey, I heard you was talking about me. Even if I wasn't, I always said, yeah, I was. Now what you gonna do about it? That's me. That's me. It always has been, always gonna be. And so that also lets me know, if she won't say this to your face, that y'all have never had a real conversation in your life. There's absolutely no way I could go through this with my child and then say we've never had a conversation like this, or she won't say any of this in my face. When you've spread it everywhere else, so when I see you, take a guess what we're going to talk about. What is this you saying about me? But you over here and want me to fry fish and oxtails and chicken wings. Why you don't feel the same that you felt about me last week? So y'all ain't even trying to heal. Y'all ain't even trying to mend. Y'all ain't even trying to do nothing, because y'all would have had that conversation. I tried to listen to him talk when he was cooking something. I couldn't hear what he was saying. That's why. Hello, Jana. Was that movie Radio? No one. I can't think of what it is. But they had a church. I bet the neighbors just sit there and watch them. It's like their new sitcom, Beaches and Wood plus the kids. I'm like, and that's another thing. That's another thing. She should be happy that she's in some kind of area that people ain't making their own videos of what they're out there doing. Because anybody could get out here and be like, look at these fools dancing in the street, right? And I'll tell you another thing. Since if y'all want to get down to nitty gritty, like I told y'all been in here, I told y'all about my mom and my sister. But I'll tell you one thing. I'll tell you one, two, three things. My mom and my sister, they didn't speak. But like I told y'all earlier, my mother and my sister didn't talk bad about each other. They didn't do it in public. They didn't do it in private. I ain't never once, right? I ain't never once heard my sister call my mother out of her name. Or me and my sister would have been throwing down. Do you hear me? We would have been throwing down. Okay? I don't know what she said when she pillow talking, but she ain't never did that. And mixed company, she sure ain't never did on the internet. She sure ain't did nothing. We had deep conversations, but she just said, I can't deal with her. I can't deal with her. That's, and that's that. But I can guarantee you my mama ain't never knocked on my sister's door and she ain't answer. Now, how about them apples? How about them apples? Everything me and my sister been through, there would have never, okay, been a time. I don't care if my mama would have knocked on my sister's door and my sister didn't want to talk to her. She would have answered the door, well, what you doing here? She would have never, and she has children, right? They grown now, of course. They're grown. My sister, I'm talking about, her youngest child is 23 years old. So her kids are older. But guess what? She didn't never tell her children, don't you go around your mama, your grandmama. She sure wouldn't have my mama knocking on her door and not knowing what my mama wanted. She'd have answered it. Don't mean she'd have let her in. They might have sat on the porch and had a conversation. They might have got to arguing. But honey, she never would have left my mama knocking on her doorstep. She would have answered that door to see what she wanted. What you need, mama? What you want, mama? She would have never had my mama standing out on the doorstep. So sometimes you have to take a look at how somebody treats you. That don't mean, like I said, oh, well, we can't love each other from a distance. We can't be around each other. No, that just says, hey, I have boundaries, right? I've tried everything. Tracy says she tried everything. She done went over to her house. She done called her. She done made videos. So guess what? She knows that you love her. Peach does. Peach knows that if something between her and Wood happened right now, that Tracy will run over there and help her. But that don't mean that you should be on the YouTube streets worrying about this and that and trying to stand up for her and trying to do all of this mess. It's going to create drama and stress in your life for what? For a person that's going to come and cause you more drama, which is your daughter? Come on. Let's keep it all the way real. Now, I just saw a comment. That I wanted to read. There it is. Brenda, it's Hawk for Jesus. That's that movie. That's Peach. If y'all ain't never watched it, y'all need to go over there and watch it. If y'all ain't never watched it, it's Hawk for Jesus. That's, that's what it reminded me of. That's what it reminded me of. I want to read what Queens of Cups said. That's what I wanted to read. Let me scroll down. Oh, so it's okay for Peach to disrespect the World Wide Web. Oh, bingo, bingo. Like, you want to say, but you sit up here and talk about my child, a grown woman. But let me ask you a question. When Peach got out here and talked about everybody, right? She drug her mama. She drug her grandmama. Tracy, you somebody child. So we want to say that. Tracy, you somebody child. That's number one. Number two, she talked about your mama, her daddy mama, everybody mama, people that had nothing to do with it, her siblings. She drug her daddy's sibling, the children that her dad has. They somebody's children. But even if we don't want to go there, right? These subscribers, okay? These subscribers that help her pay her bills every month to take care of her children by watching her, by purchasing things, she's disrespected them. We've sat here and seen a woman come in her chat saying that she had MS and she was doing bad. Could maybe she get $30 or $40, or could someone in the chat help her? Oh, she blocked her instantly. Called her, begged her, cussed her out, dragged her. Wasn't that somebody's child? Wasn't that somebody's child? Or as you sit over and preach, ain't we all God's children? That's a good question. Or how about I go and I offer all of these classes. I go over there and I offer her all this stuff. And if you get it, you get it. And if you don't, you don't. Right? Ain't them somebody's children that ain't getting no refunds but ain't getting no product? Huh? Honey, when I tell you I'm trying to make sense of it all, I'm really trying to make sense of it all, because it doesn't make any sense whatsoever, in my opinion. I would say go back, watch the videos. I would say go back, watch all the videos I'm going to take out of members. When you were really liking me and you were coming over here, I would say go back and maybe watch some of the more recent things that your daughter has posted or has said. Because a lot of these shorts, I'm going to tell y'all, that's like when we clicked on the video and the kids were at the zoo. Do we think that the voiceover would have led to her talking about a time where her and Will was fighting each other up and down the street? No. So sometimes we look at the shorts that Peach drops and we think, oh, it's going to go this way. But then it goes totally left. It goes totally left and totally out of something. So I would advise y'all, go over there and watch some of the shortsovers that she's saying and doing. Because a lot of people, when they see the little thing pop up and we see the kids at the zoo or at Disney World, we say, boring. But it's what she's saying as she has the film rolling that is totally disrespectful and totally out of character and out of pocket. Yeah, exactly. She talked about all God's children on her lives, calling them bees and O's, right? Sure. She disrespects all of her subbies. She forgot she was in the Roast and Fester project. Treat everyone with love and respect. Yeah. And in this instance, I would definitely, if I was her, value my subs a little more. Like, I value all of my subs, right? But if I was her, I would probably value my subs a little bit more, because when Peach came on here, Peach, number one, was living in a project. She had nothing. Her home had burned down. People donated to a GoFundMe. She got into a safe place. Then when she showed the vehicle that all her children couldn't fit in, it was her subscribers that bought that vehicle. It was the subscribers who believed in you enough to purchase your, plans. And then you got a website. Then you start that's what that was. It was a lot of your subscribers. Good morning, MacArthur. Good morning. Well, that's on Tracy, how her daughter bashed her on social media. She got to handle, she got to handle that stuff with her daughter. That's something that they got to work out. I would seriously suggest that maybe Maybe instead of trying to mend fences with people, try to mend the fences within yourself. Hey, I am not one to say, I have probably had in my 38 years of being on this earth, probably 10 years of good old therapy. I've had anger therapy. I've had therapy to work on myself. I've had therapy for trauma. I've had therapy for grief. I mean, try it. It works. It works. And now in 2024, the way that they take mental health so serious, you could probably go anywhere and walk in and not even have insurance, and they would figure out a way to help you. There are 1-800 hotlines that I see rolling across my cable TV screen every night talking about if you feel this way, call this number. If you feel that way, call this number. Maybe it's inner healing that needs to happen. And if the person that you're battling with won't take time out to get to know themselves or to heal themselves, then is it really worth it? Sometimes it's just not. Like I said, you can love somebody from a distance. Yeah. So sad that she is who her daughter has to learn how to be a woman from. And see, that's my thing. It's like, I believe that Tracy, she tried hard. She raised them how she, raised them, and she did what she did. But like I said, every picture that Peach puts on the internet of her being a child, one thing that you always look at, because we got a lot of mamas out here that don't even put shoes on their children. One thing I noticed, right, is that every picture Peach's hair is done. Her hair is done, beaded, braided, looks like it was permed, like it was pressed out. She's laughing, she's smiling. She got on nice shoes, she got on nice clothes, ain't stained up. So your mother did something right. Instead of always trying to pull from what the negative somebody has done or done to you, look at what maybe she's been through in her life. We all know Tracy's story, and say, good God, that's what I had to do with my mom. To forgive my mom and to get over everything, I had to look at where my mom started and say, she gave to us everything she could because of what she's been through. That's the realest statement. Sometimes people can't give you what you want, the love, the attention, and affection, but they give you what they can and what they're capable of doing. And sometimes it's just not enough. And in this instance, when it comes to Peach, it's never going to be enough. Good morning. Good morning, Rachel and Jeremiah's TV. Good morning. But yeah, I wanted to get on here and I wanted to talk to y'all about that because I'm like, I'm going to go live and I'm going to talk about this video that Tracy did. And I'm really thinking that she needs to go back and do some things because it just don't make no sense. You need to go listen to it. You need to listen to it well. I'm going to go over here. I'm going to release these videos out of members and we're going to continue to talk about it. The show must go on over here. I'm not going to go back and forth. I will tell you that because that gets old and that gets crazy. I'm not going back and forth. It won't happen. It won't happen. But y'all, we have been on here for more than an hour. I want to tell y'all, thank you for being here. I want to tell you, if you want to tip your host, this is how you do so. We had a great show. I thank you all for being here. I hope that yesterday when the solar eclipse came, that y'all was all out there watching it. Oh, you want Ooh, and just when you pull me back in, don't you want to talk about Nika? Yes, I'm going to do a long video on Nika today. Honey, we're going to look at the house. I'm going to do a premiere on Nika today. We're going to look at everything, right? I do have a subscriber that has sent me something over from the Reddit app, and I'm trying to look into it, and I'm trying to figure out, the thing about it is people send you stuff, you have to verify stuff, right? You have to make sure that you do your work. So we're going to take a look. Right, we're going to do a video and we're going to take a look at this area that Nika so-called lives in, because Nika told everybody that, guess what? She said that she lives in a duplex. One person says she lives in a house. Nika says she lives in an apartment. I said, oh God, I don't know. Yes, I know that was you who sent me that, but somebody sent me something else last night because Nika was talking about a house she was trying to rent, and I don't know how they found it out, but when I tell you, honey, I got to take a look at this one. I got to take a look and I got to verify some things. Okay. Because now I guess the house that she's saying that the woman wanted over $1,000 for was supposedly a 4-bedroom. Well, I guess it's not. Okay. Oh God. At this point, if I was Nika, an apartment is nothing you should look for. Okay. A house is the only thing you can look for, 4 bedrooms and up. And that's period, point blank. It is, it is a mess. Good morning, brown sugar. But y'all, I love y'all. I will see y'all in the next one. I am back. I am focused. We're going to get to the bottom of a lot of this mess. So I will see you guys live again tomorrow, but I will have a premiere because we're going to look into what Nika's got going on over here. All right. So y'all have a good day. I will see y'all later.